Okay, how's it going, everybody? This is another hobby stuff video, supplies, tools, resources, whatever. And this is the last of the 4 things I bought to start this video off, or this video series off. I bought the Citadel Masterclass book, the Citadel Masterclass brushes, the Paint Station Plus, and this thing, this toolkit, because A, I could use them, and B, I wanted to start doing a video series on tools, hobby stuff, resources, supplies like that, to give you my impressions on them. That way, if you're looking to do certain things in a hobby, you're looking at certain kits or certain tools out there, if Game Workshop makes some and I have it, I'll go over it, and I bought some specifically to do that. Or if I have something, I can tell you about it and where to get it, and give you my impressions on it. That way, people getting into the hobby, people trying to expand their tools, resources, and supplies won't be, I shouldn't say won't be, but they have a better chance of not wasting their money on things they overall won't like or will perform differently than they expect. So with that being said, let's look at the toolkit from Citadel. This is, I believe, an updated toolkit to incorporate the Emery Boards and stuff like that. But what you see is what you get. The picture on here is what you get for this toolkit. Now, it is a bit pricey, coming in at 120 bucks. But if you accumulate all these tools over time, you're going to be spending pretty much right around there anyway, and you don't get this case to hold it and carry it in. So that's kind of something else to think about. You get a case in addition to all the tools. So anyways, excuse me, what you see is what you get, like I said. And before I open it up, I do want to say you can find most any of these tools elsewhere. Other hobby companies, home improvement stores like Home Depot, Ace Hardware, stuff like that. You'll find stuff like this, or things very similar to it. You go to like a Michael's art supply store, you'll find stuff like this as well. I know that, I'm aware of that, and I utilize that fact. However, with that being said, Games Workshop as a company is an all-encompassing hobby company. And what I mean by that is, it's a company that you can buy absolutely everything you need for your hobby from them, as long as you're playing one of their games, So if you're playing 40k, Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, or whatever, you don't have to shop anywhere else but them, and you have everything you need to play and set up your own gaming tables. With that in mind, with that convenience factor, there are people who are getting into the hobby or in the hobby just for sake of convenience, or to buy stuff from Games Workshop, which is why I'm going over their toolkit. So with that being said, yes, you can find clippers, hobby knives, pin vise drills, bone saws. They call them hobby saws, I call them a bone saw. Files, sculpting tools elsewhere. But this is a nice convenient package, so that's why I'm going over it. So, firstly, the latch system. This is going to sound dumb, but it's not a snap. I don't know what you call it. I guess a double jointed closure system, where you have to bring it up and then it's got a lip that kind of grabs onto that and it holds it down. It's, I think, a better system than just a snap, which can wear out over time. This will take much longer and pretty much won't wear out. Anyways, let's open it up. Oh, I gotta undo the other side. That would help. So we get greeted by foam, because this is a little foam box, a little foam case to carry your stuff in. And we have most of the tools, except for one, laid out right up here. And we have file, sculpting tool, hobby saw, the bone saw, clippers, hobby knife, pin vise drill, the bits, the extra blades. You get, I believe, a dozen extra blades. And you get a total of, I think, 5 or 6. Wow, my voice likes to do that sometimes. You get a total of 5 or 6 bits. You also get this little brush thing for fine cast. You get this little this tool also. It's rounded, it's curved, so you can get to certain areas without, messing up the detail around it. And then we have the Emery boards. I want to show you these specifically because Emery is very fine, and you can see how fine that surface is. I'm rubbing my hand on it, and it feels pretty much smooth with the skin. If you rub your nail on it, you'll feel it like it's a very smooth, very fine. If you're going to combine the two, it's fluent apparently. A very smooth and fine file, it feels like, on your nail. So it will do stuff. So yeah, that's what we have here. We got one sculpting tool. Now, before I move on, I do want to say I have some of these already. I have a pin vise drill from them and a regular one. I have clippers from them. I have a hobby knife, or I have a X-Acto blade, a hobby knife. I have a hobby saw. I have files from them and I have, actually this is the only sculpting tool I have from Games Workshop. With that being said, the tools I have from them, having extra is always good in case you break the tool or whatever, you have backup. And I can tell you from having them that they do work. They are as advertised. So it's not like you're getting an inferior pair of clippers. They will work just fine. And lastly, we have right here, and I'm trying to do this properly, is a portable vise. You have to operate it solely with the crank. You can't just pull it apart like you can a big workbench vise. But you have a vise, and you have this little pad down here which you can adjust to make it fit or stick to surfaces, like almost like a suction pad. So that's pretty cool. The whole point of this vise is to, as you would expect, hold things securely. You can hold two pieces together. You're gluing together for models and for terrain. You can hold models if you got to hold something very tight to paint it or do whatever it is, to drill, cut, convert, whatever you need. It keeps your hands free, holds it for you, holds it in place, doesn't move or shake like a hand might. So it is something to consider. It's probably one of the more, I would say, specialized tools, because many people don't need these or don't use these because they can just use their hands. Also, if you notice, we have here spaces to hold models we've been working on or need to work on. We also have two big pieces here, maybe to hold bits for bigger models like dreadnoughts, or to hold little Tupperware or bag full of bits to work on to make models to put in here. Or extra tools. You can always put extra tools that would fit in there. So, looking at it, it is as advertised. It's not worse than what's advertised, and it's not something amazing. It's what I expected it to be, a toolkit. So, for that, I would say it performs and it delivers fine. It all depends on how many tools you need. I have a file set, a couple of file sets actually, because I don't know why, but I do. And I have a whole sculpting tool set, which I don't use really because I don't sculpt green stuff because I'm terrible at it, and I don't want to learn, apparently. Maybe if I can find all the tools and put them back into its carrying case, I'd do a video on that. But anyway, point is, you can get these elsewhere. You can get them from Games Workshop singularly, or you can get it from them in a kit. And a kit has several advantages. You get them all together in one shot. You get this box with it. I have noticed from my own experience and from others that when you're first getting into the hobby, or let's say you're coming back from a long hiatus, maybe you sold some stuff off, unless you were a crazy converter back in the day, you're going to start off light on the tools. And if you're getting into the hobby, you're going to start off light on the tools as well. Meaning I just had clippers. I had a pin vise drill because I did want to drill out the barrels. So I had that, but I had clippers and I had some files. And that was it, and glue. But as I got more into the hobby, did more and more kit batches and conversions, I picked up more and more tools to use. So I find that to be a trend overall, for the most part, in wargamers who have no other modeling or other type of hobby modeling background. If you have that type of background, you may have tools already. But if you don't, you're just getting into the wargaming hobby, and this is your first real jump into modeling little minis and all that, you're going to probably start off light on the tool side, and then get more tools as you go. With that in mind, if you're enjoying the hobby and you're pretty light on tools, or you're borrowing your friend's tools to do anything kind of severe, or anything specialized, I should say, and you find yourself really enjoying the hobby and you want to get your own set of tools or branch out from the clipper and the file you have, it may be worthwhile to get this. You're going to have a nice, easy way to transport your tools and keep your tools neat and tidy when you're not transporting them anywhere and you're not using them. And it gives you a whole bunch of tools to play with that you're probably going to get over time anyway. So that being said, it's really up to the person in what they're going to pick up, where they're going to pick it up from. Like I said, you can find these tools from other companies, other stores. But for the convenience factor of having it all together in one convenient package in a nice case, I would say if you're looking towards getting it, yes, 120 bucks, it is expensive, but you won't be disappointed. It's not like these tools are inferior in quality. The clippers work just fine. I know from experience, hobby knives work fine, files work fine. It will all work fine. It's not going to blow your mind, and it's not going to be anything inferior in quality. So, with that being said, would I recommend this toolkit? It depends. If you're just not going to be into converting your kit bash and your models a lot, or you're going to do very minor stuff where you may not need this, then it won't be for you. I'd say this is more of a situational type of hobby supplies. I like to kit bash, I like to convert, so that's why I get more tools, and I have a bunch of tools here on top of the tools I have, so it'll work for me. And if you're somebody like me who converts, kit bashes, whatever, a lot, for yourself, for your friends, whatever it is, I would say it would be worth it for you to get it, for the convenience factor of having it all together in one little case. You could probably find something similar like this elsewhere, but I didn't bother looking that up, to be honest with you. So, anyways, Citadel toolkit, 120 bucks. Overall, I would say if you're into converting and kit bashing, you're looking at it and going, well, I don't know how all the tools in there. I can tell you, they're just fine. It's not going to wow you, and it won't disappoint you. So, that's it. And until next time, take it easy.